Welcome to video 4-1. In this video, we are going to be discussing the glass box method. As you can see here, I've built a three-dimensional model of a part, and this is the same example that is in the text you've been reading. I just want to take a few minutes to explain the glass box method. It's kind of hard to visualize if you don't get to see the process actually happen in front of you. So the first step of the glass box method would be to take your part and place it within a glass box, which I've already built a glass box for us to use. So you can see there our glass box. Now I can kind of rotate around the part here to show you. It's evenly spaced inside the glass box. The part itself is centered within the glass box. Once we've got the part inside the glass box, we can move on to the next step of the glass box method. And of course, the next step is taking all the features of the part and projecting them onto the glass box. This is how we get our drawing views. Now, I know this view is a little bit complicated. I'm going to rotate around a little bit. You can see here where the corner of our part is. And what's going to happen, we have a little projector here. And that little projection line is going to project off of that corner onto the side of the glass box and give us our corner. Now that happens all the way around the part. And even though I left them off, projection lines are added for hidden lines. So you would have projection lines coming off of all the features over to the hidden lines as well. But if I had included that, this would have been entirely too complicated to look at. So everything, all the part's features have been projected off of the part itself onto the glass box. If I take the projectors away, it becomes a little less complicated to look at, and you can see our drawing views there. If I rotate to the front, you can see how everything lines up. I could do the same thing for the top. Or any of the sides or the bottom, any of the 6 sides of the three-dimensional object. So once I've done that, I can come over and do the next step of the glass box method, which is to actually unfold the glass box. Now, this is where people usually get lost, so I'm going to take a minute and just unfold this glass box so you can see how the process actually happens. I'll take this side of the box, and I'm going to rotate it around this corner here, which becomes the axis, and you can see kind of how that works. You see how the glass box just unfolds, and this side's going to unfold completely and be aligned with my front view up here. So there we go. That's what that'll look like. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for the top of the glass box, which would be up here, and the bottom of the glass box, which would be down here. So let me rotate. Come down here and pick the correct point. And when I do that, you can see how the glass box is hinged. Everything so far is going to be hinged on the front view. In fact, every side is hinged on the front view except the rear. And we'll talk about that in just a second. So I'll unfold my top. I'm going to go ahead and unfold my bottom. Again, I'm going to hinge it on the front of the part. As I come down here, you can see how that box unfolds. So that one's going to line up. Now, when I unfold the rest of the box, I've got my left side over here, and I'm going to unfold that. But when I do, I want to take the left side and the rear view. Now when I start to unfold that, you see how the rear view moves with the left side as it's rotated? All right, so let me complete that. Now, as I said a moment ago, everything's hinged on the front view except this rear. Now the rear is going to be hinged, in this case, on my left side view. So as I unfold that, I'm going to rotate it around this point, and you can see how that'll line up. So there's my glass box unfolded. And that is how views are actually established. This is how you get your correct arrangement of views. And the correct arrangement of views on technical drawings created with third angle projection, which are drawings that are going to be used in the US or in England, would be as follows. You have your front view here. This becomes your right side view, your top view. Down here, below the front view, we have our bottom. To the left of the front view, we have our left side view. And here we have our rear view. Now, when we go back, we'll look at this just a little bit more. When you unfold this glass box, the rear view can actually appear in one of 4 different places, depending on which view you hinge it on. In this case, we hinged it on the left view. So therefore, our rear view ends up over here to the left of the left view. I could have hinged it on the top view, which would have made the rear view end up here, above the top view. We could have hinged it on the right side view, which would have put it to the right of the right side view. Or we could have hinged it on the bottom view, which would have put it down here below the bottom view. It would look something like this. See, the back view, which I'll highlight for you, can appear in one of 4 different places. However, most commonly, it's going to be right here. You will very rarely see it in any of these positions here. So there you have it. The glass box has been unfolded, and now you can see the correct arrangement of views, which again is the front view, right side view, top view, bottom view, left side view, and back view. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.